In this video, I am discussing reverse percentage, reversing a percentage involving degrees. That means after an increase of 10%, the weekly earning of a labor becomes $550. I forgot to mention becomes, so I'm reading it out. What was his earning before the increase? So in this situation, you can very well understand that a laborer used to earn something which was increased by 10%. Whatever his earning was earlier, that salary or that earning has now been increased by 10%, and the new value now becomes $550. So in this situation, I want you to find out what was his original earning before the increase. So, what do you think what we are going to do? First of all, there are two things, 10% and 550. There is a percentage given and there is a quantity given. I do not know what was the original amount. This is the new amount which he has received after an increase of 10% in something. Obviously, 10% increase of something. If I increase something by 10%, so it does not become 550. 550 is the original amount plus the increased amount. I hope I am clear. 550 is not just the 10% of something. 550 is the original amount plus 10% of the original amount. What I am trying to say is this, that 550, he is receiving this 550 because of the original amount, which is x, plus 10% of x. This is one way of doing it. Is that okay? So, anyways, so this 550 is not just the 10%, this 550 is not the original value, this 550 is original value plus the change. This 550 includes two things, the original value and the value that has been added to it, the change in the value that has occurred. When it comes to the original value, I do not know what that original value was, but one thing I know, that original value was 100%. The original value is always 100%. Plus, how much change has occurred? 10%. 100% plus 10% is 110%. Is that okay? So, this 550 is actually 110% of again something. Do I note that something? Do I know what that something was? I do not know. This 550 is the new value. So that something was called the original value or the earning before the increase. So 110% of original value is 550. I am using the formula method. Okay. So I can say 110% of x is equals to 550. Okay. This part is just to make you understand. Okay, this is the calculation part. 110% of x is 550. So 110% of x is equals to 550. Okay, cancel this with this. What am I remaining with? 11 upon 10 multiplied by x. I need to find out the value of x. What am I going to do? 550 multiplied by 10 over 11. I can divide 11 and 55, 5, 0 and 10. 50 multiplied by 10 becomes 500. So his original salary was 500. And you can see this. I told you what is 550. 550 is the original value plus 10% of the original value, which becomes this 550 plus 550 is equals to x plus 10% of x. The other way that we can use to do this question is the proportion method. Proportion method, that most of the students love, I do not know why do people love that method, but anyways, so 550 is 550 the 10%, is 550 the original value? No, 550 is neither the original value, 550 is not only the 10%, 550 is 110%. And what am I trying to find out? I am trying to find out x, the original value. How much is that? That is 100%. Hopefully you can use this method and then find out the value of x again. I am not going to perform the solution of the proportion method here. I am more interested in people learning this, or at least getting the concept of reversing the percentage. Okay? I'll continue this video and I'll discuss reverse percentage involving decrease. Just give me a minute. Okay, very quick minute. Anyways, reverse percentage involving decrease now. After a reduction of 25%, the price of a television set becomes $1,200. What was the original price of the television set? Okay, in this question again, 25% was reduced and the value becomes 1200. So, is this 1200 the 25%? No, obviously not. 25% was reduced and this is the new price. This is the price which is now being offered. Okay? So I do not know what my original value was again. See? What I know is this, that the original value was decreased by 25% and the new value becomes 1200. So again, what is this 1200? Is this 1200 the original price? Is this only the original price? No, this is not the original price. This is original price minus the change, which we call discount. In you all know what discount is. Okay, the original price minus change in that price. I do not know what the original price is, but I know that the change that has occurred is 25%. A question is 25% of what? 25% of 1200? No. 1200 is the value that has now appeared or become. Okay, so I'll say original value is x and 25% of x was subtracted from the original value. This is the change in the value and this is the original value. So I can very well understand that the original price is always 100% minus how many percentage has been reduced now. Since I have reduced, I have decreased the price, so I am going to subtract. In increasing the value, I was adding the percentage. In decreasing the value, I am subtracting the percentage from 100. So 100% minus 25% is 75%, and all of this is for 1200. So what is 1200? 1200 is actually 75%. We all can understand when something gets reduced by 25%, then the price is actually 75%. 25% has been reduced, so the remaining price is 75%. If I say 70% off, so if I am reducing 70%, so you are only paying 30%. In the similar way, 25% has been reduced, so I am only paying 75% of something. 75% of the original price. I am paying 75% of something. That something means the original price. So what am I doing here? 75% of the original price, which I assume to be x, is how much? 1200. And from this I can very easily, hopefully we all can very easily find out the value of x. Once you find out the value yourself, the final value is going to be this. I really hope that you all will be able to perform this calculation yourself. Anyways, so From the very beginning up till now, I have taught you what is a percentage. I have taught you conversion from percentages to numbers and from numbers to percentages. And then I discussed how to increase or decrease a percentage. I told you and I discussed how to reverse percentages, and I have discussed in how many ways, in how many categories can reversing a percentage be divided. This is all what you all need to know before I start teaching you mathematics application, which is our current year topic. So I have not maybe discussed the most difficult questions in all these things that I have taught you. I don't even want to. I only want you people to remember, recall and understand all those things that you were taught in the previous years. So from the very basic level, what is percentage, to this level, I have discussed each and every point. Go through these videos as many times as you can. If you cannot understand anything completely, everything is fine, that's perfectly alright. We will be discussing these things again and again in the upcoming topics, but at least you should know that these are the things that we have discussed. We have discussed what is a percentage, we have discussed conversion of percentage into fraction, into decimal, we have discussed converting decimal and fraction into percentage. We have discussed percentage change, which involves increasing a percentage, decreasing a percentage, and then in the end I have discussed reversing a percentage. These last two things, percentage change and reversing a percentage change, means increase, percentage decrease, and reverse. These three things are the most important, which I really want you to at least know that we have taught you earlier. If you do not understand these things, don't worry, we are going to discuss these things again and again in the next videos, but at least do remember what the formulas are, do remember what the original value means, what the new value means, what is percentage change, and what we are going to do to calculate the required value. I really hope you enjoyed all these sessions. I'll continue these online sessions with you, okay? And hopefully I'll be able to make you understand and help you out in the best possible way. Thank you so much.